Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at game number 2 between TSL HyuN and Xenex Mentalist, and this time we're on the map Metropolis. This is, again, game number 2. HyuN winning last game with some very impressive roach speeding aggression, consistently pushing towards Mentalist's third base. Huge problem for Mentalist is that he very quickly teched up to Colossus. The issue with that is that as a result, his gateway army was very small, and when we saw that first push of speedlings and roaches towards Mentalist's third base, he simply did not have enough forces. He had just worked up to Colossus. He had, it was like a few sentries, maybe like 5 sentries and a stalker. I'm pretty sure that is all he had when we saw a pretty impressive push from HyuN towards the third. So that's a problem. You tech up very quickly to something like Colossus, and you sacrifice that early army, and as a result, he simply was not able to defend the third at all. He was not able to defend it, and we saw a second push that forced another cancel, and then a third push that actually took out the Nexus. So Mentalist got hammered really hard. He was not able to counterattack at all. He was too busy just trying to defend himself, and that's one of the really great benefits as well from being so aggressive, is that a lot of times you can force your opponent to stay in their base because they feel like, I need to stay here and defend or else I'm going to continue to lose this expansion or whatever, you know? And that was really great from HyuN because he also, with all that happening, moved into a 4th base. And there you had it. He took a clear economic lead. He was able to consistently harass Mentalist and ended up getting the win. It was a really impressive game. I was really impressed with how aggressive HyuN was, and I'm looking forward here to game number 2. This time we are seeing HyuN actually decide to go for that hatch first. He has not been scouted out at all by Mentalist. Mentalist hasn't even moved out with a probe yet. Looks like he might be doing that after he drops his forge here. Keep in mind this is a 4-player map and it's relatively large as well, so that's really what informed the decision here from HyuN. That, in addition to the fact that his opponent, Mentalist, hadn't scouted him out yet, those two things in conjunction with each other really what informed his decision to go hatch first. And you can see him actually with that drone looking around to see if there's a probe or any pylon and possible cannon harass coming from Mentalist, and as he saw, there is not. We'll be moving down here, and is he taking a quick third? Yes, he is. Another hatch will be placed in just one moment. We have that spawning pool about 3/4 of the way finished now, and HyuN starts building that expansion. A little difficult to defend this position, though. He's going to have to break down these rocks to make that easier. A push from Mentalist right over here could really hurt HyuN again in that position. Let's see what happens, though. Back over here for Mentalist, continuing to build that wall off. He's got that first cannon coming on through. Gateway in this position, leaving just enough space for one unit there to sneak on by. And the Nexus is just about finished, and what the heck was that? Oh, okay, he was blocking off just in case there were any Zerglings coming while that cannon was finishing. But now that is not the case, he is just going to hold off on that. Let's see how he decides to finish this wall off. Is he going to do anything else up front? Anything at all? Cyber Core gets placed back there. We're going to see something? No, nothing at all. Deciding to leave the wall the way it is right now. Really not the best, though. I don't know, I'd be a bit concerned. Let's say we had some roaches right here. They would be within range of breaking down those rocks, out of the range of that cannon, and then once all that happened, we could just have speedlings stream on in. I mean, as it is, speedlings could stream on in right here. There's a lot of room in that position. A little bit concerned for Menta right now with that wall off. I don't think that that is the greatest. We'll see, though. Probe Scout now moving out. We've got 2 Zerglings on his tail. I don't think he's going to be able to take out the probe before he does get that scouting information. We'll see if he even sees this third, though, if he's going to scout that position or not. Still really has no idea. Oh, he's going to move down to scout it. Yeah, he gets it. Spots the creep. Doesn't even really need to move all the way in, at the very least. So spotting the creep, he spots the third base here of HyuN, so now he's aware of that. And again, we'll have to see how HyuN is able to defend that. Really want to see him break down that destructible debris there. That's going to help him a lot. Now, HyuN does know where his opponent is. He got some scouting down out front there. We have an Overlord situated in this position as well as over here. Back in the main base for Mentalist, we do have that Twilight Council coming out, so we should be seeing some early game Blink Stalkers is what we're going to expect. Chrono boosting out that first Stalker, and that'll actually be his first offensive unit there, as he did not even build a Zealot early on here. And actually, it looks like, is he going to be bypassing sentries as well? I think he may very well be doing that. Let's take a look here. I would be concerned if Mentalist didn't have any sentries at all. Now the Twilight Council is finished, and never mind them with the Blink Stalkers. There's going to be some DT Dark Shrine coming out We'll be seeing some Dark Templar here from Mentalist, and let's see if HyuN is able to scout that. Doesn't really have an Overlord in position to do that right now. That's my concern. Maybe once his layer finishes, we'll see an Overseer come into play, and then with that, he could quickly move on in to scout, but I don't know if that's going to be in time. We'll see. We will have to wait and see. Roach Warren coming on through right now. Also an evolution chamber being built here for HyuN. Starts that creep spread with that first tumor placed in that position. Still hasn't broken down these debris, which I really, really want to see him do. A little bit of map control going to Mentalist as he does have that tower. This tower over here going to HyuN with the Zergling. And we still have, this is a really nice position for Scouting Overlord though. He's going to see pushes. As long as they don't hug the edge right there or move down over there. This is a pretty nice position. Zerglings continue now to chase down the probe. Probe trying to get as much scouting information as he can. There are so many Zerglings on his tail. A few of them peel off. Now it is just the one chasing the probe. Metabolic boost halfway finished right now. Roach is coming through. There are 8 in production. The level 1 missile attack also getting researched. The Dark Shrine now just finishing. Let's see what he's able to do with this. Pylon gets taken out. HyuN spotting the pylon in that position. That's a real problem there. I don't think the scouting probe is in play anymore either. Yeah, he's got no forward pylons at all. So warping in a few DT over in this position. There are now 3 in play. We'll be moving out across the map with this, but this is just giving HyuN more and more time. He's got an Overseer with his army as well. Let's see if he bypasses these DT. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? Bypass. Whoa, completely avoids him. Alright. Guess he decided he doesn't want to kill the Dark Templar. There we go. Now finally pulling back. Looks like he has just realized what is going on. The Dark Templar are now moving in and splitting up. 1 for each base. 1 over in that position. We should be seeing an Overseer or a Spore Crawler get placed everywhere. I don't know. He's got some pretty good defense against this right now. DT trying to do what they can over here. He's got a bit of damage going down. That one gets taken out. And this one's about to get taken out too. I am not sure that paid off at all for Mentalist. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Yeah, he did not do much whatsoever. Killed off 1 worker so far this game. The Dark Templar doing absolutely nothing as HyuN is completely prepared for that. Moving out across the map with his Roaches and Speedlings. Was able to spot the Dark Templar moving by his army. That was really, really awful for Mentalist. And again, as we saw, it really did no damage. Look at how far behind he is now with resources lost. 775 resources behind right now to be exact. Speedlings and Roaches now prepared for an attack here. Got a few sentries, zealots, and a stalker. Here it comes. Get the force field. There it is. Roaches get nice and close. Start to work down those cannons. More force fields get placed down. This is a lot of Speedlings and Roaches, though. It's starting to work through those cannons. 1 down. These 2 very close to getting taken out. There's enough energy for another wave of force fields here by those sentries. Roaches continuing to force themselves. Take out the last of the cannon here. Now they can just range at this gateway or the Forge. The Forge does finish the upgrade, so we got level 1 weapons now finished here for Mentalist, helping him defend against us quite a bit. Another base getting dropped over there for HyuN. Roaches continuing to push, and the problem with that quick DT is that this is really not that impressive of an army. I mean, he was able to defend there, sure, but we're going to see continuous reinforcements. As you can see now, moving across the map, more Speedlings and Roaches continuing to push, and he doesn't have Colossus here. And had he not gone for those DT, he could have. The major concern is that those DT did so little damage. And wow, Roaches continuing now to push. Take the Forge out, so no more upgrades anytime soon here for Mentalist. Also, we're seeing an Overseer with that main army just in case some DT get warped in, although I don't believe there are any in play. No, there are not. Good thing here, too, for HyuN is that he is effectively containing Mentalist and stopping him from getting an expansion in this position. Now pushing again, it takes out the gateway. We got another Forge attempted to get placed over there. Again, we're seeing continuous aggression, more forces streaming across the map, more and more Speedlings and Roaches in production. We got 2 Forge being built, 1 back here and 1 over there, as he's going to continue to try to upgrade. Now Roaches and Speedlings can move up in both angles here, and Mentalist has completely opened himself up, although he does have that semblance of a wall off right here. And we'll be trying to drop a few more cannons out front. Oh my gosh, he's going to take out the Forge in a matter of seconds. See you later. Forge gets taken out. Roaches continue to push against the army. More force field wall, trying to split the forces. Look at all those units doing nothing, but there's not much energy left in those sentries. He does not have enough to do any more rounds of force field walls right now. So if we see another push here, continuous reinforcements, more roaches and speedlings. The aggression is non-stop here from HyuN. He is now splitting up his forces. Forces the cancel right there. And with the army over here, Mentalist is not prepared to stop these roaches and speedlings from streaming into the main, and ouch, that is going to hurt. It's about to lose a lot of workers, about to lose the robo, and Mentalist just calls the GG. And there you go, guys, series going to HyuN. Once again, HyuN playing very aggressive and preventing Mentalist from getting up a third base. Forces a cancel here in this game, just like we saw in game number 1 numerous times. And then eventually able to stream his forces into the main and wreak havoc and force the GG. Unbelievable. So impressed with HyuN's aggressive Zerg play in this matchup, and a great series. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. As always, if you like what you see, please subscribe. Also check out the website, forstrategygaming.com. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.